This is Sru Lake campground, and you can see somebody left a real big mess here, so I'm gonna clean it. Yeah, I'll clean it up. I don't know if I will right now. I just got here, but so this is where I had my encounter that scared the crap out of me. This is a couple years ago. So there's the lake is down there, and there's a day use area down that area. We've got a vault toilet over there. Anyways, so I was parked. This was I don't know, about 2 years ago. But I was parked in here, and I was car camping. This is the back of my car was here, and um, yeah, I thought I heard some noises a little while ago, but nothing definite. Anyways, so it had just gotten dark, and it was my second night here, and the minute it got dark, I heard these cooing sounds like coo coo. I can't sound like a very loud, like a dove, and whatever it was walked right up on me, and it scared the crap out of me. It had no fear whatsoever. And you could hear every individual footstep as it walked up. I imagine up this trail, and it scared the crap out of me. I think I kind of prepare myself, but when it actually happened, I was scared. And I think it was because it wasn't scared at all. It just walked up on me. So that's why I'm here. Um, yeah, look at this. This is a mess. So I'll clean it all up tomorrow. I'll burn all that garbage. At least there's some firewood here. But yeah, this is a good campsite. Oh, they were cutting down trees too. Look at that, jerks. Anyway, so there's a little valley down there, and we're up on a hill. And this place has just always been the most, even more so than Buck Creek. This place is just always just makes the hair on the back of my neck stand up. So that's why I'm here, and so we'll see what we can find at Old Reliable here. I got the van there, so at night I'll be posting up from outside, which gives me a view from right there or to there. And yeah, I've heard noises in through here, uh, all through this whole area. I have lots of frogs in the springtime and summer. Well, yeah, this is it. So yeah, we'll see what we get from here, man. I'll keep you posted. Okay, it is um, exactly 4 o'clock p.m. day 2 at Sru Lake. A couple hours ago, uh, smelt a Bigfoot. Well, and here's the thing: is like it smells. It is um, real strong. It's like a big wet dog and a cross between like human body odor. Um, if you can imagine, like bad body odor with um, like a big wet dog smell. And anyways, so I got that, and it was really, really strong. Um, I've heard other things where they say it smells really bad, and you know what? I have a couple times smelled really bad. Maybe that's a Bigfoot that's been I don't know bad hygiene or whatever. But the majority of the time that I've smelt them, even at Lamola Lake, it just smells like a big wet dog. So we got rained on really hard last night up until just a couple hours ago. Uh, and So, like I say, the encounter I had up here before, it was day 2 or night 2 when it showed up. And I already haven't heard much, but I did smell that very, very strong. And it is real. I mean, uh, you can't mistake it, man. It's a big wet dog smell, uh, uh, with the like body odor type of thing. Anyways, so here we are. Um, so I thought I'd go into my personal theories on Bigfoot. First of all, I've been doing a lot of thinking after Buck Creek and Ash Swamp, and we had activity, but so I think if you're gonna get anything done, you have to do it alone. Um, and then always consider you're being watched. Like today, I've felt like I've been being watched big time, even more so than when I showed up last night. Just that feeling, and if you felt it before, the hairs in the back of your neck stand up, and you just know that feeling of being watched. It's like a sixth sense or whatever. But anyways, so you got that. Another thing is you've got to commit time. You're not gonna just go out in the forest like we did at Buck Creek and Ash Swamp. Uh, you've got to allow a couple days, 1 or 2 days, even 3, 4 of them to watch you and to make sure that you're not a threat before they um, feel comfortable around you. I am convinced. I mean, first of all, they're highly intelligent. I've found that they watch you, and you know, yeah. So you've got to commit. You just can't just go out. Boom, I'm going to find Bigfoot. Just it never works out that way. I've been looking for a long time, and the only time is if you've got to let them come to you. And so I really believe that you've got to give them a couple days to watch you, at least a day or two. No full moon. So it's been a full moon, both at Buck Creek and at Ash Swamp. I've found before in Washington that when I was had regular encounters with Bigfoot, they would never show up on a full moon when you would be able to see them. I actually thought, I was like, all right, man, full moon, I'm going to be able to see them. Never showed up. So don't do it under a full moon. The darker, the better. Uh, and yeah. And then another thing I've just been thinking about. So, like, as I've been looking for Bigfoot, I started in Sisters, and went to Lamola Lake area. I've been through a lot of this area in Oregon. Not a lot, but a good portion. Anyways, and it makes sense. You've got to go where the food is. Wherever the food is where they will be. You know, I there are I'm convinced they're omnivores, which means they eat anything. So they're gonna go, and I've found that frogs are a big thing with them. Like I've always been able to, you know, find them near where there's a whole big bunch of frogs. I mean, that sounds weird, but um, mark my words, go into the forest near swamps or areas where there's a lot of frogs, and you'll get a lot of Bigfoot activity. Um, so, anyways, yeah, where the food is where they will be. And it just makes sense. I actually just thought about that, and it makes sense too. Wherever the food is where they will be. So you've got to kind of consider that. I'm just learning that myself. So, um, and then listen to your inner senses, man. The feeling like you talk to a lot of hunters. Anybody out in the forest, if you spend time in the forest, that feeling of being watched. And then you got to kind of tune yourself into that. I'm no expert by any means, but I go on that. If I have that feeling of being watched, I'm fairly certain that, and it could be a mountain lion too, but yeah. So that's something you need to go on. Trust your instinct. Um, and I believe they're highly intelligent. Um, you'll hear all kinds of theories about what Bigfoot is. I actually think it's um, a, a primate between a mountain lion or mountain lion, a mountain gorilla, and a human. And I've just highly intelligent, man. Uh, I don't know, Neanderthal man. I don't know, but they're really really intelligent. All this stuff I've ever seen, that they're just. And then there's good and bad, just like people, man. You'll hear reports of good Bigfoots and bad Bigfoots, man. Anyways, um, let's see. Preferred areas to search would be anything adjacent to wilderness areas. Like, okay, where I am now, and actually where Ash Swamp is in Buck Creek, we're just north of the uh, Wild Rogue Wilderness. Like, I'm very close to the Wild Rogue Wilderness right now, and I've found that the most activity ends up being near those wilderness areas in the national forest. So as you're looking, look to those areas. Look for remote valleys, um, uh, any places like that. Remember what I said about frogs too, man. If you're into looking, um, let's see. As far as the sounds I have personally heard, now I've heard a lot. So the knock sound that Bob was talking about, um, I've heard about it. I've heard it a couple times, and I actually have a recording on my one of my Facebook videos of some knocking going on. But anyways, I haven't observed it enough to like really judge what it's about. Like, so in Bob's situation, I believe that when they'd showed up, it was warning, the others that there was humans in the area. Boom, 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 boom. So they were like letting people know, or letting the Bigfoots know that they were there. That's just a theory. But what I've heard more than anything is whistles, and there's always two whistles. And I've actually whistled one in. So like, and I've always, it's the one thing there, and they're always by twos, two loud whistles. And I've been with friends and family when I've actually whistled and got a return whistle. And there's no mistaking the human whistle sound. Um, yeah, so that is the most common sound I've ever heard, is those whistling. Uh, let's see, I've heard when a dog was barking in Washington, a dog was barking at a Bigfoot that was outside of the trailer there, and the Bigfoot had made a wooing sound, like woo, and the dogs immediately went quiet. That was the trip. I've heard tongue popping, like when you pop your tongue. I've heard that uh, in and always like in twos. Um, I thought that was kind of interesting. And then I've heard actually human whispering sounds. And that's what always intrigued me. It sounded just like human whispers. Um, the screams I heard at Lamoille Lake, that was the only one time. Now, the thing is with that, is I heard a recording of that um, online, and that was the exact same thing I heard up at Lamoille Lake. It was at a distance, so I couldn't even, but that was the first time I ever heard a scream. And it sounded very aggressive. I don't know anything about that, but I did finally end up hearing a Bigfoot scream. That was at Lamoille Lake. And then the cooing sound here. That was what I got here, the cooing sound. And Let's see. So maybe that'll happen tonight. I'm gonna try to get whatever I can tonight. So as far as they've got definite family structures or clans. So I've noticed that in Washington. I found in one sighting area. There was tracks everything from 4 inches all the way up to 21 inches, and there was a bunch of them. And they were all grouped together hunting frogs. And that was amazing. That was a trip. So they definitely run in packs or clans or whatever. But you'll see a lot. Okay, so track sizes. Um, I've found everything, like I just said, 4 to 21 inches in the woods, of 18 inch, 15 inch. But the majority of the track sizes I'll find, and I'm not talking about shoe prints. I mean one where I can see toes. So in barefoot areas is anywhere from 12 to 13 inches. So that's the most common size. So I believe there's like rogue individuals that run off, and do their thing. I don't know. It's just my own personal theory. Um, you get the younger ones, I don't know, adolescents or whatever, and uh, yeah. So, anyways, um, and then another thing is when you decide if you want to go out and try to find Bigfoot, you've got to overcome um, the fact that you're facing your instinctual boogeyman, and that is no joke. Like I say here, I thought I was prepared. When it walked up on me, I was terrified. I'm not gonna, I'm admitting it right now, man. I was scared. So it's one thing to sit here like we're looking during the day, but once it gets pitch black, dark out here, and you've got something moving out there that you have no idea of its real intentions, it gets scary, man. And I don't care who you are. Um, you know, I uh, I put myself in a lot of positions where I it gets kind of scary. But anyway, so you've got to overcome that fear. Don't do anything crazy. Keep yourself safe. Um, but know that you're going to be facing your proverbial boogeyman in the woods. And I think there's something instinctual about that too. Um, let's see. Rock and stick throwing behavior seems to be aggressive. Um, I've had rock throwing one time. Uh, well, that I know for sure. And that was like, man, that rock was thrown at some speed. Like it made a whirring sound when it went by my head, by the rig. Um, I haven't experienced a lot of that. I've had a lot of sticks being thrown in the woods. Uh, Up at Sisters, I caught that on video. Um, but I hear a lot of, especially, I think when you get into a deep wooded area and they don't want you there, um, they're gonna try to get you to move away. So they're gonna throw rocks at you, whatever. I think that's that comes from. They want you to leave. They don't want you in their area. You're getting close to you know, their 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 spot. So um, they're highly intelligent. Shit. All right, there you go. Just had something hit the van, and I heard something earlier. Yeah, highly intelligent. Um, okay, like me and a friend went and tracked that group in Washington. They were showing up every night, but after we tracked them in, they didn't show up for about a week afterwards. So I don't know if they knew we were tracking them or whatever, but again, they're They didn't show up. Gifting. I've heard a lot of things about gifting. I don't know nothing about it. Uh, anyways, I would like to try that myself. Um, I think that fish are a big weakness for them. Just because even historical, like native stories, um, you'll hear they seem to risk a lot to get fish. Raiding um, fish that's being left out to dry or whatever. Even Lamola Lake, there was a sighting where a Bigfoot who went into a cooler to grab fish. So I think fish is a weakness, and then I hear apples, uh, and then what I've like the frogs. That's a big thing. People kind of laugh, oh yeah, big animal, but I'm telling you, man, you go to these areas in the mountains where the frogs are. Here we go again. All right, I'm hearing noises now. You guys just heard that. That was the second. Something's throwing something. I guess, yeah. Third one. Whoa, this is live. Whoa. I'm the only one up here. This is 2 days before Thanksgiving. So I got something throwing something in my van. The 3 times you heard it. Okay, now this is. I mean, this ain't even dark yet, man. I just talked about throwing, and this is what happens. You heard it 3 times. If it would have just been one, I would have thought, okay, that's just a branch or a snag falling on the van. You just heard it 3 times. Sticks were thrown at my van. So that's happened before where it's been one, but I've never, I don't know, I need to find good evidence before I'll definitely say it's a Bigfoot. Um, so a stick can fall, it could be a branch from a snag from a tree. But you just heard that. There was three of them that hit my, and it was weird right after I talked about it. Well, you guys are here with me, man. All right, I'm at 22 minutes right now of record time. I'm going to get out and see what I can see. I'll keep you guys posted. Just heard, I'm hearing whistles right now. I don't know if you can pick that up. Whew, man, what gets me is I don't know what the previous campers did here. Yeah, you've seen the mess they left. They're cutting down trees. I think it was throwing. So I'm in the van, only well, because it's wet, and actually, it's kind of like a hunter's hide, so I can sit here and it's safe too. But I think it threw threw sticks at the side of the van to get me to come out. Um, One of them sounded pretty bad, so I need to check to see if anything has been damaged. They're here though. Smell faint smell, wet dog. Not as strong as I did earlier, but I think the wind was just right. But man, that was weird. Talking about stick rock throwing and man, I get hit with a stick. Now you talk about intelligence. I don't know if they could hear me or whatever, but that was strange. So I'm gonna sit here and monitor. I'll have the camera ready if anything else happens. I'm gonna step out and see if there's any damage to the van. Okay, solar panels are fine. Didn't see any sticks on the roof. So it wasn't a stick, it fell from the. So it was thrown at the side of the van. So I'm seeing some sticks down here. Nothing on the roof. Man, this place, this is live right here, man. Not seeing any sticks on this side. Ah, man, I feel them. Like I say, this is the one spot that had me more scared than I've ever been. So there's that trail where that one walked up on me. Well, somewhere in this area it walked up on me. I wish I could find those sticks. So, but yeah, you guys heard them, man. And here's the roof. Let me get up here. See any sticks? All right, I'm gonna go and turn the heater on, and this is gonna be live here, man. Wow, that was a trip. So there weren't what you heard inside. Okay, I'm hearing something over there. That's where I smelled it from. All right, I'm going in. It's gonna be dark in an hour. I have a feeling this is gonna be a lively night. All right, I'll keep you posted. All right, I'm back inside. Turn the heater on. I just spoke. It sounds weird, but I just announced that I'm not like the other campers. That I come in peace. I don't know if they understand me, but I thought that was important to say. Told you, Sru Lake, man. This is the place. I don't know this for sure, but I think in the Coquille Indian, the word shrew means Bigfoot. I did some research on that before. If somebody else could check that out. This used to be called Squaw Lake, but then, because of all the political correctness. So I had 3 stakes hit the side of my van. You guys, hopefully, that it was picked up by the camera. It ain't even dark yet. It's going to be dark here in less than an hour, and I expect some activity. And like I say, what scared me before was that they were not scared of me at all. And we'll just see what happens. Wow, that was a trip. I gotta say. One branch, all right, so like I've had branches fall, like snags hit the top of the van. I was really worried about the solar panels, but you saw for yourself, no sticks were on top of the van. So whatever hit the side of the van. I couldn't see any significant. I don't know, man. Didn't sound like rocks. I'm gonna have to re-listen to that, but definitely. And what was a trip is right after I was talking about rock throwing and stick throwing. I'm just amazed. Nothing, just man, nothing surprises me anymore with this. But I'm telling you, if you're gonna do it, you got to do it yourself. It's not gonna happen on the first night. You got to give them a chance to watch you, and we'll see what happens. Man, I'm like, this is the most activity of. Well, I mean, come on, that was pretty significant. Now, if it was just three um, sticks hitting the side of my van, but like I say, before that, I smelled right in that same area where, and I think it's a driver's side. I'd smelt that Bigfoot earlier. So I'm on this, man, and hopefully we'll get something better than that. That was pretty good, though, man. All right, I'll keep you posted. It's 4:50 p.m. I'm hearing movement over there, over that ridge. I can hear snaps, but I've also heard it over there. So there's more than one here. Uh, Faint smell, nothing strong. Definitely something out there. Um, it'll be dark here very soon, and I expect. Oh, I forgot to mention that last night. So my theory is to let them watch you. So I had I was blasting the music and had the disco ball going, which is a shines lights everywhere. I did that for a couple hours last night. Yeah. So I'm telling you what, man. If I wasn't uh, if I wasn't into doing this seriously, I would be gone. I That's the fear level right now. But you gotta face your fears, man. And this is why I'm here. Um, I don't know what I'm gonna get, but we'll see. And I don't want an aggressive encounter. I want a friendly encounter. But anyways, we'll see what happens. Um, I'll keep you posted.